One of the best coffees in the world is grown in Tanzania's highland regions around Mount Kilimanjaro. But this was not always the case. Although Tanzania has ideal conditions for growing excellent coffee, until a few years ago, most of the coffee was classified as average quality and sold at commodity-grade prices. On international markets, these prices are extremely volatile. The decline of global coffee prices that began in 1999 has proved disastrous for small farmers.
In 2001, the US-based non-profit organization TechnoServe started a program with the aim of making Tanzanian coffee globally competitive for the benefit of small-scale farmers and their families. To achieve this goal, TechnoServe intervened at different levels all along the value chain. This program was co-funded by Switzerland's State Secretariat for Economic Affairs, SECO. The objective of the project was to double the income of each participating farmer. The first efforts focused primarily on the quality of the coffee, from commodity to specialty coffee.
Specialty and certified coffees, it's a great opportunity for Tanzanian farmers, basically due to the fact that this is a niche market in the world where its demand is growing. And that's why funding like this SECO funding is very important to enable farmers to integrate along the value chain and meet international demands.
Most of the Tanzanian coffee farmers are smallholders working on their own. It is difficult for them to meet the demands of the international market, both in terms of quantity and quality of the coffee. That's why TechnoServe encouraged farmers to create farmer-owned business groups. TechnoServe also helped to launch Kilicafe, a cooperative which brings together these business groups. One of Kilicafe's tasks is to advise farmers on how to optimize their production.
My job and my responsibility to these groups is to teach farmers how to fertilize and how to spray in their coffees to get good coffee.
Right after harvesting and before being sold, the coffee cherries need to be processed. Traditionally, this processing was done at the farmer's home, using backyard processing techniques which resulted in low-quality coffee. Kilicafe empowered the farmer groups to centralize the processing of the coffee at so-called CPUs, Central Pulpery Units. The infrastructure was bought by the groups themselves, on credits facilitated by Kilicafe.
Kuna utofauti kwa sababu hii kwamba
Now I feel relieved. Before I had to purchase coffee bags and other things on my own, and I had to protect them from thieves. Now all these costs are covered by the farmer group. All I have to do is to bring my coffee there, so I can save a lot of time and money.
Staff from TechnoServe and Kilicafe support the farmers.
One of my jobs is to teach the farmer business groups how to manage a central pulpery unit. I train them how to improve the quality of the coffee so that they can get better prices on the market.
Access to these units increases the quality of the coffee, reaching specialty standard. The price of this coffee is 70% higher than for commodity coffee. Before, we had to remove the pulp and wash the coffee ourselves, and the children had to help and to take care of the coffee. They didn't have the chance to study. Now the children have time to go to school. There are a lot of advantages. Thanks to the higher prices we got, I could buy building materials like stones, bricks, and sand. Now I can build a new house.
The implementation of central pulpery units and farmer groups benefits not only the producers, buyers also appreciate the new situation. William Harris is the managing director of Taylor Winch, one of the leading coffee merchants in Tanzania. The company buys coffee and exports it to large international roasters such as Nestle, Peet's Tea and Coffee, and Starbucks.
Prior to the formation of these farmer groups, we had agents in all the villages, and it was a major logistical headache getting cash to go into the villages to these buyers, getting the coffee out of the villages of the right quality. We had no control over whether they bought good coffee, dry coffee. With Kilicafe, through the central pulping units and the management of the Kilicafe group, we were able to get very, very uniform coffee.
Before 2004, the Tanzanian government controlled all coffee exports. Direct selling to international buyers was prohibited. After much lobbying by Kilicafe and other key stakeholders, the coffee industry regulations were liberalized. Kilicafe was the first firm in Tanzania to sell its coffee directly to international roasters. This also allowed the farmers of the cooperative to increase their income. TechnoServe helped to establish Kilicafe as a brand and to build a sustainable relationship between Kilicafe and international buyers.
The important thing is the quality. Ultimately, the buyers want the quality. But the Kilicafe story is also very saleable. It's a very important marketing tool for the big roasters. They will use this in their marketing campaigns within the consuming countries, so that they can show the small farmer is benefiting from the cup of coffee you're about to drink.
Launched in 2001 by 10 farmer groups, Kilicafe now represents 137 farmer groups with more than 11,000 smallholders. The increase in production, the improvement in quality, and the ability to export directly allowed the farmers of the cooperative to double their income. It helped them build confidence in the future.